To close out my Japan trip, I actually went shopping for another legendary JDM car, and I even got to tour some epic locations. What's up, everybody? That's right, we are back at Top Rank Importers today. We're gonna go car shopping today, and as you can see, they rolled out the red carpet for us. They brought out all the heat. They know what kind of cars we like. I've already narrowed it down to a couple choices, and one of them is an R34, one of them is an R33, and the other one is an S15. Let's head inside and check out the first car. This car looks pretty good from first view. I do see it has a bunch of Nismo underskirts. It has a Nismo front bumper. I'm not sure if this is the factory front bumper or Nismo. I'm not 100%. I'm not a big R34 guy, so I don't know all the little detail stuff. I just know where the problem areas are from talking to some other GTR owners like Dustin Williams and a few others have told me kind of what to look for. So what I like about this initially right off the bat is it's mildly tuned up. So it has an HKS high power exhaust, has a set of work wheels. It does have the V-spec carbon fiber diffuser. Although it's seen better days, it needs to come off and be cleaned up a bit. You see a reverse camera, so there's some audio stuff going on, which immediately tells you there's some wiring that's been done. So you want to look for shoddy wiring and stuff like that, maybe shorts and stuff like that. Man, everything looks intact. It's got some aftermarket wing risers on here, so that's another thing you want to look at. Let's take a look on the interior. That's the next thing you want to look at. So you have some Nismo bits. These look like they've seen better days. So this car's definitely seen some sun. I see Garage Active stickers on here, which is pretty cool. They're really big in the GTR scene right now. One red flag I'm seeing already is this car has a set of Recaros in it. They're really nice, don't get me wrong. If you know anything about R34 GTRs, you know that the stock seats are actually quite desirable. And a pair of R34 GTR stock seats sells for like $6 grand for a pair of chairs. So maybe these were worn out and they opted to put these Recaros in. I don't hate it. Would I rather have the stock seats? Yes. Would I not buy this car because of these seats? I would still buy this car. Steering wheel looks pretty worn, but again, this is a 20-some-year-old car. One thing I don't like is to see all this stuff. All of these plastic boxes that are for like HKS equipment, and can't tell if that's ETC or, oh, it's like a turbo timer. What I do like is that these seem to be 3M taped. So that means if I were to buy this car, the first thing I do is I go through and I remove all the wiring stuff. This interior is actually in really good shape. Stock rear seats, they're not faded because the windows are tinted, so that's great. I do see some speakers on the back deck. It's like the upper back needs to be taken a look at, like the grills are missing, so that's an easy fix. Or not even a fix, just easy touch up. So let's take a look elsewhere. It has the Brembo brakes. I think they all have that.
Yeah, that's a stock
brake. But that's an upgrade for R32. R32 brakes are not good. Ah, yes, the red valve covers. Best look for RB26. So right off the bat, I see Tane coilovers. I see HKS intake pipes. I saw the HKS exhaust. I see a new fan, so that's kind of weird.
Oh yeah.
New fan blade, so maybe it hit something and broke. I see the EVC for HKS is here. But other than that, everything's here. All straightforward. Good. No crazy red flags. So man, this car is looking good. Like, this is the quintessential budget R34.
Yeah.
And it already looks pretty cool. Okay, well the underside of this car actually checks out. These cars, again, they have rust problems, being that they're almost 25 years old and they've lived in a climate of humidity. This car is actually really clean underneath for what it is. There's definitely some impact points on some of the under trays and stuff. The rear diffuser, as you can see here, he ran over something on the freeway or something, got a little dent, a little crack here. But all this stuff is replaceable, so I'm not too concerned about that. What you really want to check is the rockers under here. Pin trails, there is light surface rust, as you can see, but this is literally just like on the top. So we're not seeing any deep rust, we're not seeing any popping or corrosion where it's actually coming through the metal. This is all normal, very normal stuff. Gatray trans. Looks like it's not leaking any fluids, which is really good. Drive shafts look good. And now one place you want to look is up in here. I'll look for rust up here because you get a lot of rock and gravel chips up there, and then it tends to rut. And then you also get water stuck in those areas on these chassis. It's very common. But this car is very solid in the strut towers, which is really good. Has a bunch of cool aftermarket bits already, so that's kind of a bonus depending on if you're going for an OE or a modified R34, which I would like lightly modified. So this car checks out. So I'm gonna leave this one on our list of possibilities. So these are now available in this colorway only on viperchair.com. So definitely click the link in the description. So this is the Mickey Spec Viper Chair colorway. The second car I've chosen to take a look at is this R33. This one's actually really cool, and I'm told it's already being shipped to the US. That's a bonus, because if we choose this one and we choose to buy it, it's already going to be shipped to the US very soon. So it'll already be on its way. Let's go take a look at it closer, and you guys can have a look as well.
If you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe to the Throttle YouTube channel and turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss an episode.
So this is also a V-Spec car. Obviously R33 chassis. This previous owner was going for the 400R look. This is carbon fiber wrap vinyl. Wrapped the wing blade as well, so this is not real. I'm assuming it's probably the factory color underneath there. Paint looks pretty good on this. I don't see anything that screams bodywork to me. It's definitely a desirable chassis, and this is a pretty nice example. Let's we do the first walk around, which is basically to check out the paint, check out the body, see if we find anything that kind of screams at us. It says, don't buy this car, but so far, again, rough. This is in my price range. It's not pristine. Definitely is going to require some work. Chassis seems pretty straight. Doors close nice. So these are the chairs that come in the R33. These are really nice. This is a set of seats I could see in the Stasia, actually. It'd be a nice addition. As I was telling you guys, for some reason, a lot of the Japanese car owners over here, sports car owners, add a lot of modules and stuff. This has a boost controller. I'm not even sure what this is, but there's a ton of wiring down here that they've added, and they've got something plugged in here, the cigarette lighter. Steering wheel's been replaced, seats are stock, rear seats are stock. Let's check out the trunk. So there's some stock parts in here, stock blow-off valves, and stock steering wheel. It's always nice to get that, because a lot of times maybe the steering wheel, the aftermarket one, is worn out, you want to change it, so it's cool it's here. I don't see any red flags here. There's no rust holes where the water sits. This is a nice car. Kakimoto exhaust. Let's look under the hood. Got an M's intake setup. Maybe this is a sign right here.
609.
San Diego area code.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So that's pretty cool. So let's check out the bottom. Man, aluminum? So from the looks of things, this is actually pretty tidy, and they should say that they haven't touched this car yet. This is just recently got it a couple weeks ago. It hasn't gone through service yet. So this has some aftermarket stuff. I see HKS coilovers. It looks like the strut tops are actually in really good condition, so that's a bonus. This is gonna need a set of tires. Yeah. This guy ran this thing pretty low. But man, HKS coilovers, that's a bonus. But yeah, this is a typical undercarriage of an R33. So you're gonna have a little bit of surface rust, just like we saw in the R34. This one's a little more advanced, but it is just surface rust. So that's a good sign. And I would not be afraid of this at all. This is a good example of an R33 in my opinion. This is like a good car that I could take back to my house or my garage and clean up and make very nice for a reasonable price, and it would gain value. So cool. Let's put this one back on the ground. Check out a third car. Now this is a little bit different. We're gonna go to an S chassis now. So this is a car that I've always longed for because we never had them in the States. I've had S13s, Courtney has an S14. So we're S chassis fans, but S15 was the forbidden fruit for us. So seeing so many of them in one parking lot is crazy. You guys have like 3 here and you have others at the other location.
Back in other place.
So we're gonna pull one in that is more my speed. And again, it is not a powder puff. It's not a 10 out of 10. It's a car that I can afford and that I can make nice. The reason I chose to look at this one was I like the interior. So this interior, from what I understand, and again, I'm no S15 expert, but the blue interior is really unique and cool. I'm sure plenty of them exist, but I haven't even sat in this car, so they want to sit in this because I'm familiar with S13 and S14. These chairs are nice. Very clean. Double din head unit, ETC. What's cool is notice there's no extra gauges, nothing stuck here, no turbo timers. Headlight adjustment, that's pretty cool. Man, these are such neat cars. Wow. Cup holders, finally. This is a nice one. This is a 2001, guys, so if you're in the States, this one can't come to the US for a few more years. But these did start in 99, but man, this is a nice example. Very clean. Floor bar in here.
How's the paint?
Paint looks good. So again, we'll start with that. Kind of look in the trunk, but quick walk around. Nothing really jumps out at me. You're gonna look again for shoddy bodywork, any kind of dull paint or fisheye. I don't see any of that. Definitely, you know, a polish is in order, but the blue paint is beautiful. This is a great factory color. Headlights could use a little polish up. Let's have a look under the bonnet here. Jeez. Stock as a rock. 100% stock. Man, this is tough. I really like the fact that it's like
Untouched.
unmolested. Somebody bought this car and just enjoyed it for what it was. Strut towers are really good condition, as to be expected. Everything's in order. Man, this is a beautiful example of an S15 right here. So this is eligible for US in 2026. Yes.
Yeah, 2001.
Like, 3.5, 4 years. Ouch. That's a long wait, man. That's like waking up on Christmas morning and not being able to open your presents for a long time.
Yeah.
Till like halfway through the next year. I think blue is probably my second favorite car color. Stock exhaust. Let's put it up in the air and see how she looks underneath.
Yep.
Yeah, this is what you want to see, brother. Wow. Man, talk about a time capsule. Just your typical surface rust again. All these horror stories, and you see all these good examples that are just basically surface rust, which is again to be expected from a car that's 20 plus years old. Original exhaust system. Man. And it's all here. No rust. Hinge rails are straight as an arrow. You can't ask for a better car. If you're in the market for an S15 and you're willing to wait till 2026, this is your car. Start collecting aero parts, start collecting your mods, stock suspension, original brakes, still original pads. This is in great condition for 65,000
I
miles.
think so. Man, never been touched. I mean, never been modified.
Still original tension rods, everything. Well, I think I already made up my mind.
Makes the decision harder though.
I think I already made up my mind. Would you want to wait? Would you wait till 2026 for this?
I mean, it's really clean.
No, stop it. I already made up my mind because I don't want to wait.
Impatient.
No, we won't fight.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay, so you just put a lot of doubt in my mind. I already made up my mind. I hadn't said what it was yet, but
Well, maybe we take a couple days.
I'm not
Lay
leaving
it out.
Japan without buying a car.
A couple days. Not,
We got
not a week.
we got a week
Yeah.
of road tripping to do. So Yaska, is it okay to hold these 3 cars for me for 1 week?
Okay. That's okay.
And I'm gonna pick one. But I have to have her on board.
I don't want to see you guys fighting in this 1 week.
So
That's gonna be a horrible.
We'll just rock, paper, scissors.
So it's getting late, and the team here at Top Rank, they've been so gracious to us today. We want to let them go home to their families and enjoy their evening. So we're going to get out of here. You guys are going to have to watch till the end of the video, though, because we're not going to make a decision right now. We're going to wait until we're done with our road trip up and down the Japanese countryside with our friends here at Top Rank. And we'll be back to pick up a car before we leave, and it's going to get shipped to the States. It may be this year, it may be 2026. You're going to have to wait to find out. Let's get out of here. All right, well, we've just pulled up to Mines. We've arrived, so we're gonna, man, I've seen this place in so many videos. It's so cool to see. We should go check it out. Mines is basically a tuning house, and they build some really epic Nissans and also engine builds. So we're gonna check those out inside and just show you guys kind of what Mines is all about. This is the legendary Mines R34. Like when I say legendary, like really legendary. So much to look at under here, the details on this. I mean, it's a very race car. It's a very typical race car, but to see it on a 34 is pretty interesting. Carbon drive shaft, stitch welded every half inch on all the frame unibody rails. Man, full underpaint. the bottom looks as good as the top.
That's the real deal.
They care so much they actually put a rag between the rubber and the rail. Mount Fuji in the background on our way down out of Hakone. What a beautiful sight. It is a magnificent day today. I think this might be the best day we've had when we've been here. We are actually going to go off to HKS factory, which I'm really excited for. I'm a big fan of their products. I have bought their stuff in the States but never had a chance to actually check out their facility here in Japan. So today Courtney and I will get to do that. Arrived here at the legendary HKS factory, and this is actually the original buildings from HKS. We've driven off-site to a separate location. The HKS facilities are massive, but this is where Mr. Hasegawa actually started HKS, building race engines and casting engine blocks. And as the company grew, they've moved away from this facility. However, they're still using it to build and produce their exhausts and test fitting exhausts. So we're gonna start here, look at the exhaust manufacturing. And as you guys can see, I'm wearing a different cap, and that's because these are tour caps. So everybody in a green hat is on the tour, and the guys in the beige hats actually work here at HKS. So Akihiro-san, Nobu-san, take us around and show us the facilities. We just got to tour the factory that's part of the exhaust. It's another building, part of the exhaust factory, where they have all the hanger jigs and all of the jigs and stuff for the piping itself, which is really cool. So within basically a one block, I don't know if you call it radius or whatever, they have full production. So everything from raw materials all the way up to finished exhaust systems are done right here in this block. Really cool setup. I wish I could show you guys inside. Unfortunately, that's a no-no, and I don't want to get in trouble. So I'm just gonna have to tell you guys, and you're gonna have to use your imagination. Okay, well, they just showed us the suspension side of the business, which is really cool because not only do they make exhaust, they make suspension, engine parts, they make a whole breadth of stuff. In fact, we sell the majority of the HKS products on the Throtl website. So if this intrigues any of you guys, I know we can't show the inner workings, but what I just saw inside is absolutely stunning. They have full coilover assembly and manufacturing right inside this door here. I just got to see them hand assemble a few of the coilovers that they build. I just thought, you know, HKS coilovers were a run-of-the-mill coilover. I'm here to tell you they are not. What I just saw inside is pretty dang impressive, and it's really going to change my mind going forward as to what coilovers I put on my future projects, because it's pretty intriguing what they're doing in there. The attention to detail and the care that they take putting them together is pretty special. So anyway, sorry I can't show you guys, but hopefully you take my word for it. All right, well, we're finally allowed to film inside HKS because we're now in the museum, which is exactly what I wanted to check out. Oh. Yep. Wow. 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 The wheels are so special on this car. So, hollow spokes. This is my favorite car here.
Oh yeah, it is hollow.
All right, well, I've learned a lot today here at HKS. They just took us for a spin in the STI. This is basically a full catalog car. This uses all the products that they offer for the VAB chassis. Man, what a well-rounded car. I'm very impressed with it, and it sounds amazing. Kudos to HKS, and a huge shout out to them for welcoming us today and literally spending a whole day with us here at their facility and showing us what they do. So anyway, thank you again, HKS and the team here. We had a fantastic time, and now we're gonna head out because we gotta go get some food for dinner. Now we're heading over to Spoon Sports, or Type 1, for all of you Honda heads out there. I'm really excited about this one because I've been a Spoon Sports fan since, man, probably 96, 95, something like that. So this is exciting for me. We made it. That was nerve-wracking, but we're here, so let's do this. All right, we're just talking to the ambassador here at Type 1, kind of giving us a rundown of what's going on inside the Spoon facility today. Really cool, they have a US spec Civic Si here because they're developing parts for the US market. They don't have this Civic Si 4-door here in Japan, so it's kind of neat. They imported it just to make parts for the US market. That's really cool. Just goes to show that the US market is a major player in the auto tuning scene, and Spoon realizes that, so they're bringing in cars here to make parts specifically for us in the States. Downstairs is really cool, but it's pretty busy down there. I want to come upstairs and see where all the trophies are at. And by trophies, I mean all the really cool cars. Okay, well, that's a wrap on our Spoon visit. It was a really low-key visit, which is really cool. We got a lot of insider information about the tuning philosophies here at Spoon, which is really cool, and it's really in line with kind of the way I like to do things as well. So really refreshing to hear and see that. They did hook us up with some little gifts as well, which is really cool. We just left the mall. Well, not really a mall, just like a shopping area. I had a good time. We found a bunch of really cool stores, as you guys saw. There were a couple of model car stores, which is something that I find to be really interesting and intriguing. Japanese people are very detail oriented, and they always create the coolest car models because they're so specific. Now that we've had food, done a little shopping, got some souvenirs, we're gonna go check out Built by Legends. driving for about an hour, hour and a half, I'm not sure. This is the longest duration that we've been driving the Stasia, so far I'm absolutely loving this car. What we're doing basically is we've driven to the Zama Nissan Center, which is essentially their heritage center. So we're gonna go check out a bunch of old Nissan racing cars and man, I don't know what all's in here. It's kind of a surprise to me to be visiting this today, so I'm really excited about it. What's up, everybody? Well, it's obvious I'm back here in California at the Throtl shop now. This is a wrap on my Japan adventure. It was absolutely epic, as you guys got to see. And I don't know that I've ever smiled so much in my lifetime. I want to give a huge shout out to the boys over at HKS, Built by Legends, Mines, and also Spoon Sports for opening their doors and showing us how they do what they do. It was everything it was cracked up to be. I also want to give a huge shout out to Courtney for spending the majority of her vacation behind the camera filming me, which was super awesome and allowed you guys an inside look to my trip in Japan. And lastly, Top Rank Importers, huge shout out to them for rolling out the red carpet for Courtney and I and actually showing us all those amazing cars that they have there in their inventory and also showing us around the countryside of Japan. It was awesome, as you guys saw. And they also know me so well that they found me the perfect Stasia 260 RS, which I'm absolutely in love with, and I look forward to going back to Japan to mod some more before it's available to come to the States in 2024. You guys are gonna have to stay tuned for that. Also, you're probably wondering what those papers were I was signing at the end of the video, and that's because I bought an R34 GTR. And you guys are gonna have to hit the subscribe button to see where that goes because it's gonna get exciting really fast. We'll see you guys later.